And I was going to ask, your young teammate had quite the year. What is that like? Having a teammate, does it push you? Are you able to maybe learn from some of the different stuff he's doing? Like, what is that like?
Yeah, I mean, I've got two young teammates really, but I assume you're talking about Kiefer
Yeah,
because
yeah.
then there's Aletha too,
Yeah,
who's
yeah,
even
yeah.
younger. But
Yeah, I mean,
and they
you
both killed
probably,
it this year.
yeah, you probably definitely don't relate to either. Like, they speak different languages, I think.
For sure. No, it was cool to see. I mean, to be honest, I wasn't that surprised because I've seen him come up the last few years, and he's dealt with injuries and hasn't really like clicked for him fully. But this year was like, yeah, just full season, no injuries, and he was. I mean, from the first race of the year, like it was pretty clear that he had like the speed to like mix it up on the podium with the top guys. So yeah, just it was kind of insane to see his progression this year. Um, I mean, the first podium he had, I think Leah Gang, he was yeah so close to the win actually. Like straight away, like I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know what his best result was before that, but it was like quite a jump. It was like a definitely a big leap for him. And then yeah, I mean, I think from talking to him, I think he definitely struggled a bit with the consistency of like getting through qualies and dealing with like crashes and stuff. But that's completely normal at that age. But I mean, yeah, when he was able to put a full clean run down, he was one of the top three guys. Like it was madness. So yeah, super impressive from him, and on different tracks as well, like all different types of tracks. So yeah, it was crazy.
But I mean, it seems like it's lifted all you guys. Like, you guys have had different good results at different times, and you guys won the overall as well, correct?
Yeah, yeah,
Um, and Troy was right there in the top 10 in the overall. Maybe didn't always spark like some of his results he was maybe hoping for. But I mean, that's kind of where we are with the level. But
yeah,
it seems like it's kind of like, rising tide lifts all ships. And on your team, you've got Marine that also came over and had an incredible year. So it was
yeah.
pretty cool to see. Are there times when you mention like not relating to them? Is there anything you can share where you're like, wow, that's a bit silly? Like, what are the youngsters doing that's silly in that pit of yours? Where you just like, he's not gonna listen, but that ain't gonna work.
No, like yeah, it's hard to think of a example, but like just like with the TikTok and Snapchat and like the amount of like just I swear they have like a different lingo. Like so many of the words that they use, like uh I don't even know what they mean. So stuff like that, I just feel old. Um, yeah, I mean, I went to public school my whole like school life, and I didn't really have a phone till I was getting kind of older. So like that's definitely different for the kids now. Like so many of them are homeschooled, and so many of them just like kind of live on their phones, which is not. I mean, it's just different. So like stuff like that is kind of nuts, but um, yeah, not saying one's right or wrong, just different.
It's crazy how well a lot of the youngsters deal with it. Like, wouldn't deal with all the inputs and being on Instagram that much at a race. I'd have to like park the phone.
Yeah,
And there's this doctor that's saying the magnetic electricity and energy that like our brains are going through with all the inputs we have at the moment is that of a schizophrenic brain from like the 60s. I'm going to
yeah,
butcher some of that, but you get the overarching
yeah,
idea there. Like, there's so much stimulant coming in, and these kids, if they're just always Snapchatting, TikTok, and all that, I think you probably similar to me. Like, okay, put the phone over there. Let me go do some practice for a while. But it
yeah,
is
for
it
sure.
is all consuming. Like, you guys have got the WhatsApp groups for lines, and like, how much of a challenge is that? Like, it just seems like there's a lot
Yeah,
of information out there at these at races and race teams trying to get that
for
edge.
sure. Yeah, I mean, like I feel like I'm one of the few now who actually like don't ride with their phone. Like I still find it crazy that people like practice at a World Cup with their phone in their pocket, or some of them race with their phone in their pocket. Like to me, I mean, call me old school, but like that seems crazy. Like, I mean, that's an expensive. that's an expensive phone you got. Like, if you land on a rock and you break your phone, you're
Dude, you can't be without your phone there, even in a World Cup race run. You never know who's gonna call.
yeah. No, I was fun it was funny, like, there was a couple runs this year where Aletha, like, forgot her goggles for practice, and, like, I was, like, joking, I was like, "She forgot her goggles, guarantee you she didn't forget her phone."
Yeah.
Like, it's just funny stuff like that, yeah, and, like, for me, like, I don't know, I've always been, like, um, I even just with, like, GoPros, like, stuff like that, like, I don't really like having, like, technology and waiting for this to load and this and that. Like, with, like, just my day-to-day life, so, like, even just, like, dealing with my GoPro camera or, like, my onboard camera, I'm just, like, it's always annoying to me to, like, deal with, and then there's, like, the lines coming through on the WhatsApp group, and it's just, like, too much. It's like, let me just ride, like, I'll figure it out. Um, so, yeah, it's just I don't know, it's kind of a weird example, but stuff like that is just different. Like, the kids are so used to their gadgets, you know?
Yeah, no, I mean it does age us a bit, or it ages me for sure. But I am blown away at the amount of information. Like obviously done some lines code, and I'll support the guys at Scott. But I'll say to Flo, like I'm just gonna send you a few of these videos. Like you
Yeah.
don't need another guy sending more information on this group from my mind. Like you're the head coach for sure. Like I can help you. I'll be your eyes where you need me to. But I'm like, and then say some other people help and they're just sending videos of the videos. I'm like, guys, how are you going to make a decision now? Like, I
Yeah.
feel like
No,
less
it's
is
funny.
more at a certain stage, you know?
For sure. That's exactly how I feel. Like, I actually there was one race this year where I told Fabian that he needed to, like, not send me so much or not tell me so much, like, at least not so early on in the weekend. Um, like, to me, I need to just, like, ride the track and find the flow and get used to the dirt and my bike and everything before I start to, like, dive into those, like, really fine details. Um, especially, yeah, like, first day of practice or even before you've practiced, like, getting the lines through from, like, the juniors and stuff. Um, yeah, I feel like I like to sort of take it more slow at the beginning and just, like, get the flow, and then, you know, when it comes time for quali or night before the race, I'll, like, kinda look at it a couple sections in more detail if I need to, but, um, yeah, it's so much information, and I think if you don't, like, filter it correctly, you can kinda just, like, be overwhelmed, and then, like, also, I feel like it's easy to start riding, like, looking, like, down at your front tire, being like, "Oh, I need to be left of this rock," or, you know, always kinda struggled with that when it's, like, too much info. You start to, like I don't know, for me, I start to, like, think way more when I ride, and then you're not riding very well, so, um, yeah, having the right info, but in the right at the right times is kind of important, I think.
Yeah, and you said a good thing, like you mentioned to Fabian, like I feel like riders should try understand what they need. And maybe when you're young, you don't really know. And you've got the experience to know, okay, this is too much. So this is what I need.
Yeah,
And the coach can help you different to help Troy, different to Marine. So I like that, but you it's quite a fine line because like the schedule's tight, man. Like
yeah,
how tight is it to be up to speed for? Well, we just spoke early in the podcast, like you got to be up to speed for Q1. It's a race run, but you
yeah,
don't have all the time in the world to figure out the line. So you messaging your teammate like, okay, where or your team manager like, okay, where must I go there? Like I don't have time to go and look. You know, it's like it's quite
yeah,
a fine line at the moment, but I guess I'm hearing, yeah, you can learn a lot from you saying like experience will help you with like, okay, if I need to make an adjustment, I can make it close to quali if it needs to be.
for sure. Yeah, and, like, with time practice too, that's, like, a big part of the weekend for some guys, and for me, I've always, like that's, like, way too early for me to, like, think about riding that fast. Um,
Mm.
so yeah, my like, I've always done, like, a full run in time practice, but I've never, really looked at the times that much or, like, thought about, like, "Oh, man, I'm off the pace," or whatever. Like, I know I'm gonna be off the pace. It's my 4th run on the track. Like, I've always, like, taken that approach where it's like I mean, some riders are always pushing for a top 3, top 5, top 10 in time practice, and for me, I don't really feel ready to go that fast, that early in the weekend, so, um, that's just another thing that I'm totally confident still, even if I'm 15 seconds off. You know what I mean? It's just like, yeah, it's practice. I'm not ready to like pedal out of every corner and like go for a fast run yet. Um, so yeah, I mean, everyone's different though. I mean, for me that works, but um, it's definitely like, I mean, Bruni, he's always top. He's always fast in time practice, and it obviously works really well for him. But yeah, I don't know how he does it.